Hey guys, so this is just a little video that's going to be showing off a new tool I made. What it does is it continuously checks certain classes in the class search and checks if any seats opened up. So you can see right now these two classes, all of their seats are closed. Right now we're checking, let's check this one. So you want to keep track of that class number, and then I'll show you guys the code right now. So you can see in the terminal every 5 minutes we've been checking these two classes. It's been going on for a while, and I'll show you guys this code right now. We start at the top here, import Chromium from Playwright, and then this is the parameters. Check interval for every 5 minutes, so this is just how often we're checking. This is the actual notify app server topic that we're going to be using. This is how we can communicate with the app and send notifications. These are the actual class search names. So when we're searching a class, it's going to show all the CSE 471 classes, all the CSE 475 classes, and then we need those specific class numbers to watch a specific class and check its seats. You can also change the term number, and this is kind of the blacklist skip class numbers. Typically, you're just going to be using the whitelist, but if you did want to check, all of the classes besides a few, you could use this. And then this is how many notifications we want to send, like kind of the maximum if the seats are open for an extended period of time, because you don't want to just keep sending them over and over for like 100 times multiple days. This is just how we can easily use multiple links. So we can build links using those different class numbers. And this is how Playwright works, is we actually feed it the link and it opens in headless mode, meaning it doesn't actually open the browser on our computer, it kind of just does it in the background. So this is the notify tracker. This just keeps track of how many notifications for what classes. This is the main function. You can see that we pass it the URL. This is our kind of little helper function here. You can see we're logging some stuff to the console, and then we're calling the check classes and notify function, giving it that URL from our URLs array. And then we're setting the interval here, and we're running this every 5 minutes. And you can see we run it here initially. So let's kind of go over what this function is doing. So you can see here we're waiting for Chromium to launch. This is the browser object. This is our page object. We go to that specific URL. And since this is an async function, we'll be processing these simultaneously for multiple classes. And then we're using the CSS selectors for each of the pieces of data that we want to extract. So for example, you can see here each of these elements has a different CSS selector. And we're mostly focused on this one, but we also want to grab all the different elements. So we grab all those, put those into variables, and this is where we're actually mapping those like into an array of classes. You can see all the data here, and this is important. So we want to filter out certain elements. For example, empty classes. We don't want any of those in our array. This is the skip class numbers, the whitelist. So again, like I said, typically you're not going to be using that, but if you did, you would put those in there. And then this is the whitelist. This is what's important. So if the whitelist is empty, then it will kind of default to the blacklist, the skip class numbers. But if it has actual classes in it, then you can see here, we're only focused on those. So we're going to be skipping anything else that isn't that specific class number. So now we're iterating through that array of class objects. You can see here we're getting that open seat parameter. This is what we're really interested in. So if it's greater than 0, a seat opened up, we're going to do this tracker information here. And then if we reached the max notification, so if we reached those 6 notifications, you can see here we're just going to print we reached the max. We're going to be skipping right here, skipping notification, and then it'll show the minutes left, which is just a nice little feature. But this is what happens when there actually is an open seat and we haven't reached our notification cap. We're going to construct our message. It includes the class name, the title, the instructor, the location, the seats, and this is where we're actually sending that fetch request. It's a post message with our body to the notifies topic. We're going to do some console logging here. Make note that we sent that notification. And then down here, this is what happens if there are no open seats. So if the class was previously open, but then it closed again, then we're going to reset the notification count. But if that wasn't the case, then we're just going to say no open seats for the class, which you can see down here. And that's pretty much everything. We're just going to wait for the browser to close after that. If you guys are interested in checking this out, I have it up in the repo. Everything is here. It's a Node.js project. It'll install the dependencies automatically. You can see our nice little markdown. Just something to note, there are better alternatives to this that use the actual API endpoints. It's a little complicated to get the auth tokens set up, so that's why I just went with the Playwright version. It's a little more overhead. You do have to install it from npm, so but there are paid options out there. But this is just a free alternative for anyone to use. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So check it out. Thank you.